Write the percentage as a decimal number, and we're given the percentage 7.3%. Well, remember what that percent means. Percent means per 100, okay? And think about the word percent. We see that word per there, but cent, like in century or a centennial, that means 100 years. So that cent here translates that same way to be the idea of per 100. So when we see 7.3%, we can rewrite 7.3% as 7.3 per 100. Now this looks a little bit weird to have a decimal in something that looks like a fraction, but remember this is also just a way of saying divide. This is like saying 7.3 divided by 100. Oops, divided by 100. And when we divide by 100, what that means is that the decimal point will move 2 places to the left. And I can see there's going to be an empty spot there. So my final answer is going to be 0. There's my decimal point, 0.73. Because remember, the original decimal point was here between the 7 and the 3. And so we just ended up moving it 2 places to the left to get it into its position right there. So this would be our final answer, 0.073. Always a good idea to put the 0 in front of a decimal number if your answer is just going to be a decimal. That just helps to place that decimal point. Otherwise, decimal points tend to get lost a little bit. Now for this next problem, write the decimal number as a percentage. So we're given the number 0.032. We're trying to change this to a percentage, so we're going to do just the opposite. We're going to move that decimal point 2 places to the right. When we move that 2 places to the right, that's 3.2. Now remember, they asked us to change it to a percentage, so we have to be sure that we put that percentage on there. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense to say that 0.032 is the same thing as 3.2. It's that percentage that makes them equivalent. Another way to think about this is we know that 100% is the same thing as 1, the one whole thing. And so if we think about 0.032, we could multiply that by 1 if we wanted to, right? Multiplying something by 1 doesn't really change anything. Whoops, that looks too much like a 7. Let me change that so it looks more like a 1. We can multiply things by 1, that doesn't change them. Well, if that's the case, then 0.032 could also get multiplied by 100%, because remember we said that 100% was exactly the same thing as 1, multiplied by 100%. Well, multiplying something by 100 moves that decimal point 2 places to the right. There's that 3.2, and there's where that percentage sign comes from. So we want to be sure that we don't forget that percentage sign. That's an important part of our final answer.